Hey guys, what's cracking? I'm going to try and do this in one take. This is my first attempt at making a YouTube video in about a week. The last time I saw you was Friday last week, and that was a mammoth video. So apologies in advance to anyone who hasn't, but certainly for those who did sit through somewhat of, a feature-length film, you could say, in the last video. I apologize, I really do. I've just gotten home. I turned 34 years old yesterday. I'm about to fire up the PS5. I've downloaded a new game. I splashed out, got myself a birthday present, Madden 25. If anyone wants to play Madden 25 against me, hit me up on Instagram. It's _Jacob. Actually, do I? Yeah, why not? _Jacob McDonald. That's my Instagram handle, and so anyone wants to fire up their own PS5 and come and challenge me, because that's what it's all about. Can get quite competitive at times, then please do. Come through my Instagram, send me a message, and actually for anyone who does want to actually contact me and not just comment on my YouTube videos, because I'm honestly, I can't see myself committing to getting back to every comment so anytime soon. So I'm probably not going to see your comments, good, bad or ugly. And if you really want me to see something, if you really want me to reply, I'm not saying I will reply straight away, maybe 3 to 6 business days, you never know, maybe longer, I may never reply. But if you do want to contact me and reach out personally, _Jacob McDonald would be the way to do it. So I've gotten home from the gym. It's just another day. Today's Thursday. Birthday yesterday was just another day, but it was really nice to get some phone calls from back home in Christchurch. Obviously got my 2 girls. They gave me a phone call, which was nice. And today we had a morning tea. We have a morning tea at work every Thursday morning, and there was a cake actually at this one just for me. So been to the gym every day this week, went to the gym pretty much every day last week. It's coming up on 6 weeks of sobriety. If we're talking numbers, today would be day 39, tomorrow will be day 40. And we move. And move I did today. So I'm making this video because I turned 34. I'm making this video because I'm 39 days sober from alcohol. I'm making this video because I just ran a PB in the 5K on a treadmill. Okay, don't at me, on a treadmill, but I just ran a 21:47 for the 5K on a treadmill. 21:47. And that for me is absolutely flying, and I couldn't be happier with that. That means that my fitness is coming back. And just 6 short weeks ago, that just felt so far away. And I knew, and it felt so far away because I knew that even if I do change my habits, it's still going to take work. You only get out what you put in. If I want to get back to where I was 6 months prior, then I knew I was going to have to put in work. And that's exactly what I've done. So I'm proud of myself. And for anyone else out there struggling, you can do it too. The stresses of life, triggers, temptations, trials and tribulations, are going to hit us daily. Daily. We're going to have to navigate those things. But I've always got a choice, and I've been offered drinks. I've been offered, social occasions, which I've just had to say no to because my sobriety takes priority right now. And you're going to have to say no to certain people, certain things. But don't let that rule your life. Don't let that, affect the way that you live your day-to-day life. Because if I was white-knuckling it, which I'm not at the moment, right? So that's why it's very freeing. I'm not white-knuckling it. There's nothing worse. If you're white-knuckling it and you know you're going to drink eventually and you're just, pushing it out, just go and do it. Just fucking get it over with. And then you can hopefully this time relapse and realize that you're not getting out from it what you need. And you can give it sobriety another go. You know what I mean? White knuckling it seems absolutely fucking horrible. And in fact, I don't think I've ever done it, because I have been completely convinced I'm going to stay sober for a very long time. And then those thoughts start creeping back in, and it's within a very short space of time between having those initial thoughts and actually doing it. But yeah, just another day, another positive day. Really looking forward to heading over to Townsville to spend Christmas and New Year's with my children, heading over there on Christmas Eve and coming back to Alice Springs and back to work on the 7th of January. So that's less than a month away. And I've just got to pick out some Christmas presents, which I shouldn't leave too long, because I feel like I'm probably going to have to order them. So with that being said, I really should get onto that. I just said that I ran a PB in the 5K on a treadmill, which is absolutely fantastic. And speaking of running, I've joined up finally, after lurking in the social media pages, the Alice Springs Running and Walking Club. I have finally signed up. I've become a member. And they have events all the time, and I always see them advertised, and I always think, fuck, I should do that, but then I'm not a member, and I get to I've actually pulled up the website to register as a member probably every couple of weeks for the last 3 or 4 months, but I just obviously have either been drinking at the time, so I don't go through with it, or recently, I've kind of felt like, okay, you're going to leave Alice Springs anyway, what's the point? But there is a three-leg 5K trail race over 3 different weekends, beginning this weekend, Sunday morning, I believe. So I'm registered, and that'll be my first event as a registered runner, which means I get my bib, which has a chip in it, which means that every single race that I do, every single fun run, event, anything that I wear that bib for will be tracked, which is cool. We love that around here. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to that, actually, and today was an opportunity to really push myself. So I know that I've got a pace that I can maintain on a flat surface for 5Ks of about 4.5 minutes per K. And that gives me a lot of confidence. But these 5Ks are going to be on a trail. It's going to be, up and down. Nothing I haven't seen before. But I suppose, with that being said, I'd probably aim for a time of around about 30 minutes for a 5K trail race, averaging about 6 minutes per K. But you never know. What else have I got to say? Not a whole lot. Was considering actually pulling the pin. I mean, every time I put out a video, I really second guess myself, and I'm like, fuck, do I really have any authority in this field? No, I don't. I'm just an average guy vlogging his experience through alcoholism, which crept in because I was a weed smoker for many, many years, and I demonized weed because I'd smoked it for so long, and because I'd never had any time off. So I demonized it, and I attributed things going wrong in my life to that. So I took it out, and alcohol came in, and then I realized, well, I must be an addict. And alcohol, actually, I enjoyed more than smoking weed overall. Obviously didn't enjoy the effects the next day, but overall I enjoyed it, and I wasn't working at the time when I introduced it originally in 2021, full force. So I was able to sleep off the majority of the hangovers. I'd wake up, I'd drink, and then eventually I realized that if I wanted to maintain a daily dose of alcohol, my best bet would be to drink during the afternoon, and then bring in weed to counteract that, to actually stop my want for alcohol, every single time, 100% of the time, it was actually, no, that's not true, but the majority of the time, as soon as I'd have a smoke in the evening, whatever time it may be, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever, I'd stop drinking, and then I'd eat. And so I'd eat, I'd watch, YouTube, watch TV or whatever for 2-3 hours, and then I'd go to bed, and then I'd sleep it all off and do it again the next day. So what I realized is that I've completely gone off my train of thought. So I'm going to stop it there. This channel's called It's Okay to Talk. It is what it is. What I was going to say is that 4 years of alcohol addiction has led me here. I'm back on track. We derailed, but we're back. I was talking about who I am. Do I have any authority in the sobriety field? I'm just a guy who's vlogging his experience. Alcohol crept into my life. It took over. Even bringing weed back into my life, couldn't get rid of it. But this time, during the last 39 days, I've lent on weed once again. I've brought weed back in. I don't demonize it anymore, although I do believe that everyone would be better off without smoking it. I think, although I do feel like it's a psychedelic, and those first few years even of me smoking, I feel like it only gave me perspective on things. It sort of brought me down to earth. It certainly humbled me. It allowed me to empathize with people a lot more, and I feel like I've taken all those things that it taught me into my life, although I just never gave up the substance. And so at the moment I am smoking a couple of times a day. It is helping me stay sober. It's helping me not even consider drinking. And what I realized is that a couple of weeks ago when I decided, all right, I'm going to try and take the weed out as well, all it took was taking it out for 24 hours, and I just wasn't ready. I clearly wasn't ready, because I was once again considering having a drink and considering shutting down these vlogs again and going underground and going mute and just, enjoying another relapse, another binge. But the thing is that the way that my physical fitness is going at the moment, the way that my job, the way that I approach my job, the way that life in general is going at the moment, it's not worth the risk. So I'm going to continue to lean on smoking weed. I'm not going to feel bad for it. I'm not going to apologize for it. I'm much more comfortable with it now than I was, 4 years ago, because I've had 4 more years of life experience and 4 more years of letting myself down due to alcohol addiction. I'm not willing to do that anymore. I don't want to do it. I don't have to do it. So that's enough for me. 34 years young, and I'll report back as to how my first 5K trail race goes on the weekend. With that 5K that I just fucking laid down this afternoon, I'm going in quietly confident. So we'll see what happens.